Hi everyone, and welcome to our video kit release of our notations collection. This is a fantastic collection in that it's not very specific themed. So it's not like if you're making something for a wedding or something like that where you need a specific theme. This is the perfect everyday kit. It is pretty, it's elegant if you want. It can go with pretty much absolutely anything that you are looking to create with, because it is an everyday kit, which is so nice. There's also tons of journaling areas for you and cool elements to go with that. So this is going to be just a fantastic kit for you to create with. So in our bundled collection, for those of you that are new to our videos, we do include all 5 coordinated items in one bundled pack that saves you 20% versus purchasing each item individually. It includes our FQB, our Notations 2 additional paper pack, our Notations Alpha, our Notations Solids, and also our additional elements pack in our Lil Bits. So each of these items, there are no duplicates, so when you purchase this, don't worry about that. There are no duplicates in there, but you do get the entire coordinated collection, which allows you to create and create and create. So let's have a little quick peek here and see what's in here. So some fantastic arrows. As you can see, it's got a little bit of fun to it. You can see words like amazing and things like that, very generically themed. So that way, if you are doing creations, whether it be for a birthday, for your dog, for just an afternoon in the backyard, for a friend, for whatever it is, you're going to have this kit to create with. So as you can see from the backgrounds, there is such nice contrasting colors as well as patterns. Here's what I was talking about earlier. You can see how this damask is so pretty. And same thing in the dark black. Like, isn't that striking? So you can actually go and lean your creations towards something a little more elegant if you wished, or something that's a little more whimsical or things like that. As you can see with the diagonals, you saw some of the other patterns that we just scrolled by as I was talking earlier, and here you are with the really pretty stuff. So if it was something, it was just a wonderful day in the backyard with your mom. You had her over, you know, and you wanted to celebrate that moment. You just had a lovely day with her, or you captured a fabulous photo, or maybe you wanted to send her a card and she really likes roses and gardening and things like that, but unfortunately maybe she's not able to do it anymore. What a great kit. And this is what I'm saying, is this kit can be used for so many different things. You know, it really is an everyday kit, and this is what it's all about. Life is great. So you can see that Mary Fran has done a fabulous job creating things that are very easy to choose and start creating quickly with. You know, she's really become a master of that, and I can attest to that because I'm not the world's best card maker by any stretch of the imagination, and I always can find things that are inspiring me and think, oh yeah, I got to use that, and off to the races I am. Here are some terrific background papers that are the daily ledger. Isn't that terrific? You could print that out and seriously use that. Like, maybe you wanted to use it as a grocery list, maybe you wanted to use it as a ledger, maybe you're into you know, in bookkeeping or finance or whatever. You've got something right there, and there it is in a few different colors for you. Music sheets. Again, if you have a musician in your family, I think we can see use in this. This is pretty obvious, and again, you get it in several shades. Here are some of the easier ones, the coordinating items in the plaids, the polka dots, things like that, because we always need background papers that are a little more intricate and a little more simple. The squares with some hearts in it, another fantastic background, as are the stars. The stars give it such a unique look. It just gives it, the star gives it a little interest, and I'll show you that in my card making inspiration just at the end of the video. Stationary background paper, Mary Fran does a great job with these. I'm sure you've probably used these before, and if you haven't, just choose that as your paper. That'll be your inspiration, and your creating will be so easy from that point on. Some stripes, again, to give you something a little easier to work with, and for fill-in papers, those kinds of things. Tickings as well. And there is our papers. So the elements that belong in the FQB here are some fantastic labels, and again, Mary Fran has given you lines on here. So if you like to write with gel pens or any other kind of pens, or if you do want to write on it with your computer and then put it on, well, you know, you can keep it straight and everything else, which is really nice. So some are a little plainer, some are a little more complex and a little more embellished, which is kind of nice. Vertical borders. terrific items to use in card making as well as in layouts and in making mini albums, which work great as belly bands. You know, fantastic, and all an assortment of different, whether you want something a little more of interest or something that's a little more subtle, you have it all right there. Some beautiful bows in order to coordinate with this kit, butterflies in several different shapes and as well colors and patterns. You just choose the one that works with the background paper and other elements that you've chosen, and you're off to the races. Some buttons to coordinate with. You're going to see again how I use that in the card making idea. Just added a little bit actually to one of Mary Fran's clusters. Some circle pointers. Well, again, look at if you're doing something and you want to highlight something, what a great element to do that with. And again, because they're in so many different colors and patterns, no matter what color palette you're working with, you're going to have the one that suits it. Some beautiful clocks, again, to give you that real feel of romance and feel of time, obviously, and kind of part of your theme. Here is just a wonderful cluster. Look at how you can just, again, draw inspiration from this as your main element. You've already chosen your background paper. You saw one as we were flipping by and you thought, oh yeah, I'd really like to use that. Well, here you go with a gorgeous cluster, and you'll see in the card making inspiration that I'll show you at the end, that's exactly what I used on it, and you'll see how it turned out. This is a cover page. So if you're making an album, if you are making a mini album, if you are even making a card, what a great cover. The perfect day. It already is done for you. It's got the beautiful papers on there. It's well laid out, well designed, and the scale is beautiful. There you go. You're already off to the races. So as a card or as a cover, it's just simply print it and off to the races you go. File folders. Some really neat ideas. As the kit is named Notations, there can be a bit of an office feel to it if you want, but it doesn't have to go that way because, hey, what about using a file folder for something like how many people had a party, or maybe this was a lead up to a wedding, maybe this was whatever, even inspiration for leading up to a baby with somebody's expecting. There's so many uses for all of these elements in here. Great file folder tabs, so you can actually paste something on there if you want, or use these on top of another paper. You're welcome to obviously write in the blank labels, and that gives you full creative freedom. Flower stickers, great with the white edge around them. These are fantastic, and for those of you that are using cutting machines, if you're using a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Brother Scan and Cut, any of those cutting machines, when you do this in your cutting machine, before it cuts out for you, it asks you if you want to put on something called a stroke. A stroke is basically just a line right around the outside so that the machine knows exactly where to cut. And that's exactly what you can do, is you just simply apply a stroke. It asks you before, there's no complication to doing that. But then that way, put the stroke on it, and you make sure that way you have, it will cut it out exactly as you see there. So there you go, you can see it close up. So you can see with the white edge, just as if you would fussy cut it. It's so easy to do on those cutting machines, and that's how you do it properly. The labels. Labels are always super important because there's always things in our cards, in our mini albums and scrapbook layout pages that we really want to journal about. So labels can just be something simple, and again, Mary Fran's given you ones that are a little more embellished and ones that are a little plainer, so that way you can either A, embellish them yourselves, or maybe you want to leave them plain like that. That's the look you were looking for. But with these ones, they are so fantastic because they work great to journal on. Whether it's somebody's name, date, place, whatever it is, you've got it right there. Imagine putting one of those labels on the bottom of this because it highlights potentially a photo that may go into the frame or things like that, right? Hopefully that's giving you some ideas and some inspiration with that. Now, as far as the frames go, remember they're not only for photos. You can use that as a shadow box inside if you're doing a card or if you're doing a mini album. You can use this as an opening in the inside in a mini album, and you have maybe a waterfall that comes inside of this, or whatever it is. They are great, useful items. Some nameplates. So again, different ways of creatively designing your creation, whatever that is, and displaying it. So we've had lots of things that you can write on, and that's kind of the point of it, is we want to give you lots of options there. Note cards. So these note cards, again, you can see how, imagine this being an insert in your card. and that is what you paste on the inside, and that's maybe what you write on. Or maybe it is a pullout in a mini album. Fantastic idea where you could put a photo down there, still have room to journal, or fill it with photos. Same thing in a scrapbook layout. This note card works so well because it's so nicely and simply and elegantly designed that you can place the photo in there, place other elements or embellishments on it. You can do so many things with these. Here's one in a little different format in terms of its size and orientation. And here's one that Mary Fran designed to give you a little bit more thoughts. Special thoughts in the note tags, an office note, a daily checklist, daily notes and things to do. Like, look at these. Imagine taking that, printing that off and thinking, you know what? That'd be fabulous to have near my desk or near the phone or whatever it is. Why not? That's the beauty of digital. You could take that, put as many will fit on it, one page, sit there, cut them out with a paper cutter or a pair of scissors, and you can staple together or tie together, put a ring through it, whatever you want to do. But you can put 30, 40 of those, and you always have something pretty that matches. And here you have in different colors. So hopefully that complements your home decor as well. Pens. Obviously, we said, but like I said before, it is a notations is the name of the kit, so a pen is quite an obvious element for in here. Reminder tabs. So again, you can see how you can use these. Fabulous ideas, and you can write something in there, but it points to something. Maybe in a mini album it holds down something where you only glue down part of it. Same thing in your scrapbooking layouts. You only glue down part of it and maybe place in a photo of something you saw. Maybe it was a gardening photo and you thought, wow, I was out at this amazing garden. They have them all over the place where you can go and they're acres and acres and acres. And you think this would be a great idea. And you're making yourself an album or a scrapbook of all the things you want to do in your garden. Well, how great would that be, right? Make it look pretty and give it a little something extra so that it's really inspiring when you look at it. Nice little ribbon to add in. And these are Rolodex file cards. I know that some of you, if you're not familiar with them, they are fairly popular nowadays where people adorn these. You can write things on it, whether it be a journal, you have a recipe card on here, you can use it as an appointment thing, whatever you want to do, but that was the intention behind those because we know they're fairly popular these days. Sticky notes from the desk of. So obviously we can't give you the glue. I'll give you some digital glue. Here you go. Do you see it? Because that's kind of how it is. But these sticky notes, again, you can totally see how easy they are and look at how well embellished they are. Like, look at that beautiful, it looks like a watercolor painting down the side. So the inspiration you can draw from so many places and for so many items and themes here. I'm hoping that that's coming across to you. There's a couple of word arts here, the smile and fantastic. Again, these are used these are a digital stamp. So use it exactly like you would a physical stamp when you have the polymer stamps and you dip it in the ink and then onto your paper. Same way of using these. And lastly, word strips. Some of them have great little sayings on them and that may actually give you inspiration, and some of them are blank. So then that way you can write in exactly the words that are appropriate for your creation. So that's everything that's included in the FQB. In our little bits, our additional elements pack, you will see beautifully fully crafted items. So this is going to be really easy if you're a little pressed for time, or you're just kind of thinking, you know what, I really want to create today, but I don't know what I want to do. You kind of got a bit of that writer's block, if you will. Here it is. This is a butterfly card, and again, can you see this as the face of a card? You know, that's pretty simple. Print it out, away you go. Same thing though goes in layouts and mini albums. You can use this as be inspired. This is one of your main elements. All these clusters can be main elements for you that are so easy to start off and give you your main focal point in your creation. Make today amazing. So great journal cards in order to place in. These have such a great design appeal with the white background, just the simple color of the pink, and then the words on them. Aren't those just like simple is sometimes way more alluring and inspiring than complicated is. So some extra ribbons for you as well to adorn things with. Here is Rolodex file cards again, but look at how well adorned they are. That could be a cover to one, that could be so many different things. Again, digital stamps in a few different words for you, and some blank word labels, again, in order to help you with whatever your design idea was. So that's everything included in our little bits. Our notations to additional paper pack. Here you are with, you will see the same patterns that you saw in the FQB, but again, different colors. You do not get any of these in these colors in the FQB, so you will not have any duplicates. But guess what? You saw that floral in the FQB, and it had a few colors in it there, but maybe this is the color you wanted to use. That's maybe the one inspiring you. Or you wanted to create coordinating items. Well, now you have the floral in several different colors in order to make things flow in your layouts or mini albums. Same thing with the music and everything else. You just polka dots. Like I said, you see the same patterns, but they are not in those colors anywhere else. Our solids paper pack is this, which is exactly as it sounds. It's the solidly colored papers that exactly color match the kit. So when you are backing main elements, when you're backing photos, even if you want to use this as a main standalone page, you want to put on one of those digital stamps we have, you maybe want one of the flower clusters down the side that you've had your cutting machine do, and have that element from the little bits that the P has the nice big pink P on it. This is a perfect day. There you go. You've got a page already designed for you, but you wanted a very simple background to it. You didn't want anything busy. Terrific idea and a terrific way to use these. Lastly is our alpha. So our talk is a beautifully designed alpha that you can use to highlight so many different things. Use it to highlight feelings, names, places, dates, people's initials, whatever. Maybe there's a phrase. Maybe it's something about someone and they always have a catchphrase. I know we all kind of do have them. Maybe that's something you want to highlight because you're kind of having a little, gentle poke of fun at them. But as you can see, it coordinates so well because it is very, very pretty done in the black floral there. It is really, really stunning, and it would stand out so incredibly well on a lighter colored background. You've got lots of opportunity with this in order to use it. And that, folks, is the entire kit. Now, to give you a little bit more inspiration, Mary Fran creates a layout always in order to give us a little bit of inspiration as to, okay, how do I pair all this stuff together? Well, this gives you a great idea. She used one of those simple background papers of this is what it's all about. Life is great. There is the digital stamp with the smile. Here is, you can see how the flowers, how they pair so well with that white fussy cut border like a sticker around things. It just makes them pop. And here you are with the beautiful little pens, and the pen and the butterflies, and add in another floral. Here you are with the Rolodex cards. Rolodex card with the floral down the side. So you can see how all that goes together. It is so simple to create with. Lastly is our card. So as I was mentioning to you earlier, this one item is one big cluster that comes to you in the FQB. So that's already done for you. The only thing I added, me being the big creator I am, is this little button. So see, I just wanted to put a little something extra in there to grab a little bit more pink. And there's how you use buttons. If you've ever thought, geez, she always puts buttons in her kits. This is why, actually. And this will give you some idea and hopefully some inspiration on how to use it. So again, this is blending a lot of the papers. You can see how well they coordinate together. So if you are making a card like this and you want to pair quite a few different papers like I did, or you're doing a mini album or a multiple layout in your pages, you can see how everything just blends seamlessly for you. So that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to watch our video and see what all that this collection has to offer. Before you leave and hurry off to our store to get this for yourself, hint, hint, please take a moment to go to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, click on our Nitwit Collections logo in order to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that'll make you aware of whenever new videos are available. As well, give us the thumbs up if you like the video and leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the kit. If you have any questions about anything, you're welcome to ask them there. Or you're obviously welcome to email us through our store. But let us know your thoughts on this kit, and we hope that you will enjoy creating with this because there are so many possibilities. I'm sure this is going to be a kit that you will return to again and again. Thanks once again, and hope you have a great time creating with this kit.